Boom, boom, right on the money. Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to a brand new episode from Backyard Boys. If you guys are new to the channel, please lightly tap the subscribe button down below. Do not forget to turn on your post notifications. And if you guys do enjoy my videos, please drop a like. It does very much help with the algorithm of YouTube and gets my videos promoted for more people to enjoy. With all that being said, guys, we're gonna be working on our Golf R right over here. And the first thing what we're gonna do is go ahead and drop this thing onto the frame machine over there. As you guys can see, maybe we cleaned up that frame machine area because we just got done with the A3. And I do want to show you guys very quickly what the progress on it is. It is waiting for paint right now. We got the whole entire this section that we repaired, got it all primed in, and it's looking beautiful. Right now we're gonna go ahead and cut this old skin of the quarter panel, which is still here. As you guys can tell, the insurance company just kind of trimmed it, and whatever they did, I have no idea. Over here we do have a brand new quarter skin from the dealership. We're gonna go ahead and open this up, measure it up, and probably do our precise cuts, but we're not gonna weld it in this episode, I'm pretty sure, because it's gonna take a little bit to get everything measured out and repaired. This section right over here, as you guys see, there's some pretty darn serious damage right here, but I don't really think we're gonna have to clamp the car up to the frame machine. Maybe just clamp it and pull this section out, because this stuff is very soft, and maybe you can see that it's literally moving with just my hands. But I know you guys, actually, if you guys have not seen, we did just get a brand new build, and this thing is just ridiculously sick. I want to show you guys just quickly for those of you guys that have not seen this video. This is a 2019 C63 AMG, and I'm gonna actually go ahead and pop the video up right over here, or I'm gonna drop the link down below, and if you guys are interested, please do watch that video. But anyways, let's go ahead and get that Golf R onto the frame machine and start working on it. What do you say? Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's go. As you guys see, we got the brand new quarter panel over here. I had to just inspect it, make sure there's no damage on it, and it is looking pretty darn good. There is sometimes they come in with a little dent on them or something, but it's not a big deal. Right now what we're gonna do, guys, is go ahead and cut this quarter panel off. Well, the rest of it, this junk right here. We do have, with Volkswagen, man, it's annoying because they don't have like spot welds, they have like spot like lines. I don't know if you guys can see, look at that here, so it's actually really annoying. And then they got a spot weld here. You can see a circle spot weld right there. But we're gonna go ahead and get this whole entire thing sectioned off. No precision cuts just yet. We're gonna get all the nasty stuff off, clean up all of this rust. This is disgusting rust. Clean up these things like that. That's just from the insurance company taking this quarter panel off carelessly, I'm guessing. Or, I mean, it is what it is. We're gonna repair this little section here, cut this off, and then after that what we're gonna do is go ahead and pull this out. I don't think we need to strap the car onto the frame whatsoever. And worst case scenario, what we're gonna do is just tie a little chain from under, because this stuff is it's really soft. And I'm gonna get the frame machine, one of the posts over here, kind of start putting some tension on it, hammering it, and it will come right out. I'm 100% confident in that. But guys, let's go ahead and start cutting this off, getting our tools out, and getting our hands dirty. Let's do it. All right, guys, well, we got the access of the quarter panel skin pulled off. It is right there on the ground. It was pretty straightforward and pretty easy, but upon further examination, we see a little bit more damage, which is not really the end of the world. As you guys can see right here, this inner skin kind of picked up. Once I pull it out, I'm gonna go ahead and hammer it and then seam seal it right here or something, make it look nice and clean. Actually, there probably isn't no reason to seam seal it, but I did notice some damage right over here as well. Right here, it kind of got pushed back, so I'm gonna go ahead and hammer this rear section back in there a little bit, make it nice and flush. That way the quarter panel sits exact same as the other one. Guys, right now what we're gonna do is grab one of these posts, go ahead and swing it over here. I'm gonna put some clamp right here and give it a pull. I should be able to get it all pulled out. I'm not gonna go ahead and pull this wheel off just yet because I need a little bit more better traction when I do pull it. And then once I get it pulled out pretty darn good, enough to a point where I can do the rest of it with a hammer and a little, metal piece, I'm gonna go ahead and pick the car up, put it on a jack stand, because I do need to seam seal it all along here when I do put the new quarter panel on. So let's go ahead and get this post over and get this thing pulled out. As you guys see right here, we basically got this whole entire inner quarter wheel well, basically perfect. I mean, this is the best we can get it. We're not really gonna mud it or glaze it. There's no point of doing that whatsoever to make it all this like 100% perfect. This area right here, it has to be an indent. As you guys can see, this one kind of is indented. And the reason for that is because one of these things goes in here and a fender liner screw comes on from here, from the inside. And if it is flat, then this will be actually touching the quarter panel. So I basically learned that mistake on my brother's quarter panel, which I repaired later on, because I test fitted the quarter panel. I looked at it, I'm like, okay, that doesn't fit in there. So this is how it's supposed to be. Right now what we're gonna do is go ahead and spray this in with that green color. We do have some paint right there, Easy Coat, which is that green color. And then everything is basically ready. After this dries up, we're actually gonna go ahead and leave and celebrate my birthday. But tomorrow I'm gonna catch you guys and we're gonna do our precision cut here, our precision cut over here, and then start cutting our quarter panel precisely and making it match up and making it fit up. So yeah, we got this little area repaired as well. Everything's looking beautiful. Let's get this thing painted in and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. All right, guys, well, it is the next morning here. We had a good time for my birthday, went out with the boys, got some steak, but we are now right back into work. Gonna get this whole entire thing dialed out. What we need to do before anything is go ahead and make our final cuts. As I think I already said, we gotta make a final cut over here, make sure it's all pretty and straight. See where our, the new quarter panel, see how far it goes, and see where to cut it. That way I would have the least amount of work and the most, I guess, the cleanest job. That way, because right here, the body line of the door actually sinks away. It's kind of interesting. If you can see over here, you see how the body line, the door kind of, it sinks away. So if I can replicate this much easier than actually making the gap, I'm gonna do that. But let's go ahead and do all that, because I think this is all dialed out pretty clean already. Once we get the new test or the new quarter panel up on here, I can go ahead and do my final little shaping and molding, making sure that's all clean. As you guys see here, I am using the thicker tape, and I'm gonna go ahead and quickly explain why I'm using the thicker tape. First of all, it doesn't really bend or mend as much. That way, when you put the the thinner tape on, your body line can be a little bit up and down, even though I try to level it out as flat as I can. Another thing is, whenever I just kind of fold down the edges, I let the tape do its work. So here's the tape, right? And I just let the tape loose, and I just kind of let it follow its own way wherever it wants to go. And as you guys can see, it is exactly where it needs to be, right there. That way on the new quarter panel, I'm gonna do exact same measurement. I'll probably measure it from this body line here, down on this, up to here where I'm gonna cut it, and then probably from here, I'll just do my measurements. I'll show you guys here in a little bit. I'm gonna lay the tape flat, and I'm gonna let the tape do the rest of the work by itself. That way when I cut it and level up the quarter panel, it's gonna be near identical or as perfect as I can get it. Let's go ahead and do our final cuts. All right, guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and quickly explain what I'm doing and why I'm doing this, and that's making some noise. There you guys go. Anyways, so I made my measurements from this body line up top on the roof line. Went 1, 2, and 3, kind of because there's a big distance here, so I don't want the tape to kind of be a little wave over here. And then this is my cutoff piece from this quarter panel over here. I went ahead and mocked it up just so I can see where exactly, or see how exactly that line is, and it is pretty perfect. I did use a thick piece of tape because the thin one likes to bow. But let's go ahead and cut this thing right here, and then we are basically ready to test fit this quarter panel up and see what we got to do with this section over here onto this piece over here. Yo, guys, take a look at these precise cuts. The car looks almost done and the gap is basically already set without any welding or anything. But I want to show you guys the precision that went into these cuts. Take a look at this one here. Boom, boom, right on the money. Right on the money. Look at this one here. A little bit measured up. Boom. Just right, all the way clean and perfect. Maybe a little bit even too perfect. I might have to make it just a bit bigger. That way the weld will fill in the gap. But I told you guys earlier that we are having a question on what to do right over here with this section of the quarter panel. As you guys see, this overlaps and the old piece is right here. So what I'm gonna try to do, I don't know, I gotta think, because I don't really want to I don't want to pull this piece off. I'm gonna try to wiggle that piece out of there and slide this new one into there. But I'm not sure if there's any spot welds on this piece on the inside of this. So I don't know, guys. We're gonna see what we're gonna do and get the best result we can. I'm gonna pull the quarter panel off right now to show you guys a better representation of this section over here. Right here is a piece, and for some reason, guys, I feel like I can chisel it away, like right here. Watch this. Might even do it right now. There's a spot weld right here, and there you go, and now it's free. See that? I feel like I can just slide it out of there. Yo, don't cut your hands. I feel like I can just slide it out of there. So guys, we got this piece out. I kicked it all the way over there because it's very annoying. I ruined this bottom section just a little bit, but it should be fine. I'm gonna weld it up and seam seal right on top of it, how it should be in the OEM. Right now what we're gonna do is go ahead and test fit this quarter panel, slide that sucker in there, and then check out all of our gaps and see if we need to do any more pulling or any more messing around with anything. Boom, OEM stuff, you know? All right, take a look over here. See, this whole entire section is tucked in behind this body line here, all the way up here. Go ahead and go show them here. This will get pulled together just like that. That will be adjusted. So come over here, guys. Let me show you this gap. Look at this one. This one's nice and beautiful, nice and even. It's looking perfect. This is nice and tight. Definitely not welded in, but we put a little bit of self-tapping screws, make sure everything's nice and secure. Put one over here, self-tapping screw. That way we get the quarter panel down, beveled to where we want it. And I've been fighting this taillight socket for just quite some time, and it's just being funny with me. Right here is being nice and neat, and then right here it's nice and pretty darn straight if I can get it up here. But as you guys see up top, it's getting flat and then it falls in there, and I was just curious. I'm like, what the heck is that? I've been trying to fight it, trying to shape it. I have the screw out, so it's kind of like the taillight is loose and it's just not the correct gap all around, until I came to a conclusion that during the accident, since the accident was most likely hit right here, since the taillight was destroyed and the quarter panel, this rear section is cut out, this part of the tailgate got sucked in. And you can kind of even actually see, because it's nice and how it's supposed to be right here, there's supposed to be a little light overlap. You can show them the other side of the car. Supposed to be a little nice little overlap, very subtle, but I can feel it. And this bottom section deeps in much more deeper. So what we're gonna do is actually go ahead and open this tailgate and kind of just pry up on this edge and see what it got. And now a little bit more, because that section came out. Now this little section in the middle needs to come out, and you guys can see it's very thin here. See that? It's very thin, and there's not really much thing, and it's moving with my hand, and I can even see a little bit of a crease from the accident or whatever it was from. But let's go ahead and get it about to where it needs to be. And see that? Close it. Okay, it's looking a lot better. As for this, it's looking nice and flush, but this section right here still has fallen in. As you guys can see, the gap is getting small right there. The gap here is nice and even. and I'm not sure if the camera's picking up, but it's nice, small, and then nice. All right, guys, well, we got the bumper mocked up, we got the taillight sitting proper, everything is looking good, and I mean the gap here kind of falls in a little bit. The reason for that is because this still needs to be pushed together. As you guys can see, it's overlapping there, but I'm confident that this gap is 100% perfect. Everything is looking beautiful. Went ahead and knocked this out a little bit. It's looking much better. There's still a little low spot right here, but I don't really want to kind of play with it too much because I'm scared I'm going to crease it on this little body line over here. Went ahead and mocked up the bumper. It's looking beautiful, guys. The car looks almost complete, especially with the fact of this being all black. Although there's a big downside to the fact of the bumper being taken off from, or not the bumper, sorry, the quarter pound being cut off by the insurance company. Right here, they're supposed to be special, like little, you know, like these things. I don't know what they call it, little welded in like screws that actually mount on the bracket, which goes the bumper bracket and the taillight bracket. So what I'm gonna have to do is go ahead and dig some up in my inventory, drill some holes, measure everything, and weld those in. But guys, that is gonna be all in the next episode. I appreciate you guys for tuning in and watching this episode. If you guys do like this video, please drop a like down below. It does really help with the algorithm of YouTube. Once again, it helps me promote my content for more people to see and more people possibly to learn or teach me something. I appreciate all the support. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching and staying tuned to the very end for those of you guys that watched to the end. And if you did watch to the end, go comment down below. I watched the whole video. Thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'm out. Catch you guys in the next one.